One way that pleasure helps us is that since it's a pleasant state of mind, we naturally have greater concentration on pleasurable experiences compared to experiences that aren't pleasurable. When we experience something unpleasant, often our mind is focused on how much we dislike it, or we fantasize about what we'd rather be doing instead. But during a pleasurable experience, we're often completely focused on that experience without much effort. From a Buddhist perspective, developing focused concentration is one of the absolute keys to happiness. But even from a secular perspective, concentration is essential to getting just about anything done in life at all. So it's useful to acknowledge that when experiences are pleasurable, they're easy to focus on. And pleasant experiences don't just induce concentration themselves, but they can even help us develop our overall capacity for concentration in a way that transfers to other forms of concentration, including the concentration of meditation. Another way that pleasure helps us is that the mind of pleasure can be less dualistic in discriminating between subject and object, you and your object of pleasure. When something is pleasurable, we naturally want to fuse with it, to become one with it. And when we experience pleasure, there can be this sense of losing ourselves and for a little while becoming just the experience of that pleasure, rather than a separate person seeking out that pleasure. If you're able to let go of your dualistic sense of self when you're enjoying something, your level of enjoyment can sometimes be quite profound, because finally, you're not craving an object. You're not separate from the object. In one sense, the happiness of a pleasurable experience is just being free from the craving for that object for a little while, and it's not attaining the object itself. But in another sense, if we can let go of the solid idea of a separate, independent, partless me and partless object of my pleasure, a pleasurable experience can even turn into a powerful meditation on emptiness. There's also a sense in which pleasure is fearless. When your mind is pleasurable, it doesn't have fear. From a Buddhist perspective, we can't have opposite states of mind at once, though sometimes they alternate quickly, and it seems that way. So maintaining a pleasurable state of mind can help dissolve fear, especially when meditating on ideas like selflessness or emptiness. Sometimes, though, these ideas of selflessness produce their own kind of fear of losing oneself, or a fear that nothing exists at all. But if you can use pleasure itself as an object of your meditation on emptiness, then that pleasurable aspect of your mind helps you to be less upset about dissolving yourself into a positive, pleasurable state of mind, instead of losing yourself into nothingness. As we've said, when you have pleasure, the mind has better concentration. It's less dualistic. It has less fear of emptiness. So that mind of pleasure can actually be a better vehicle to realize emptiness. On the first stages of the Buddhist path, we're taught at first to avoid pleasure because it creates attachment. But when you start meditating on the ultimate nature of reality, on emptiness, or when you start to expand your mind to a love and compassion that encompasses all other beings, then pleasure can really help on the path.